Hello, democracy thrives when citizens participate, engage, and hold leaders accountable. Nigeria is about to prepare for another electoral cycle. The role of young people remains very critical. Welcome to Conversations. I am Queen Elizabeth.
And I am Ehikowechu. Thank you for joining us on another enlightening episode. If you believe in democracy and its tenets, then you should surely stick around.
Of course, I do believe in Nigeria, and I believe that our young people are ready. But I always ask, Nigeria's democracy has come a long way since 1999. Every year, Democracy Day is celebrated amongst us. Some of us even go out on holiday, except that those of us here do not enjoy that holiday that much. Well, Nigerians' freedom is secured today because many suffered. And the question is, how ready are we to participate even as young people?
Yet the question remains, are Nigerian youths actively shaping our democracy? Are they prepared for the 2027 elections? And how can we end the culture of thuggery that continues to threaten our democratic process?
These are the issues we intend to celebrate or discuss today, whatever angle you come from it. The topic is Nigerian youths and democracy. How ready are we to buckle in and take up the leadership mantle if allowed, if we agree to participate? Joy is seated here. She's a bit sad because of... I'm glad you're laughing. When I spoke with her on Saturday, it was a bit... I was scared.
Yeah.
You know, she was giving me that monosyllabic thing. Yes, no, yes, no. So, I know. But again, I told you that you guys are already winners.
You're already champions.
You know?
Yes, we are. Thank you.
Thank you. Did you see the welcome?
Oh my God, 1.5 million. If we won the Champions League, then what will have happened? Mm-hmm. Will have been real
off the
showdown.
charts.
Oh my God, London was red.
Yes. You know, I always like when people win, not because I have any gain or the winning is going to mean anything. Mm-hmm. Somehow, there's this celebrative mood I see and that I enjoy. I followed every step of it. I don't know which goal is goal. I don't even know who players are players, but I saw all the red in London.
No, but the thing here was that I have to give kudos to Arsenal. I didn't think they were going to play that good, you know, and the bottom line here was that my boys, Ibericheze and all the others, you know, they prayed and they said it is well. The only sad part now is that we're not going to the World Cup, so we have to watch other teams go to the World Cup. So World Cup in a bit. So we'll be busy.
It's all right. It's a game, so whoever plays, just enjoy it. And I know that Muhajid is on his way and will be joining us soon. But because we have to look at this, it's important to understand where we're coming from. I know you have an overview.
Yes, we had an overview of voters' turnout throughout the year since our first democratic election in this current dispensation.
Do you have voter's card? Just wondering.
Are you asking me because you don't have?
Okay.
Are you joking?
Do you have your PVC?
Excuse me, it's even in my purse.
Oh,
your
own is in the purse. My own is here.
Oh, you should
Ours is here already.
see you guys because
you show them. No, you show them
better.
before we go.
Okay, let's take this one. Let's see this.
Yes.
Nigeria has had 7 democratic elections since the year 1999. And despite awareness and mobilization, low voter turnout is more often witnessed amongst a particular set of the country's populace, the youths. Unbelievable? Here is a statistical data showing the ratio of youth voters in all the elections through the years. In the year 1999, that saw the first democratic elected president in our present democratic dispensation. 57.9 million people registered, and 30.3 million people went out to vote, which put the turnout of voters at 52.3%, with the youth making up for less than a quarter of the voters' turnout. In 2003, 60.8 million Nigerians registered to vote, and 42.0 million went out to actually vote, giving 69.1% voters turnout. In 2007, 61.6 million Nigerians registered to vote, and 35.4 million went out to cast their votes, giving 57.5% voters turnout. Now, here's the drop. In 2011, there were 73.5 million registered voters, and just 39.5 million went out to vote, putting the voters' turnout at 53.7%. In the year 2015, 67.4 million people registered for their voters' card, and only 29.4 million went out to vote, giving the voters' turnout of 43.7%. In 2019, 82.3 million registered, while 28.6 million Nigerians went out to vote, giving a 34.8% voters' turnout. 2023. Unlike the previous elections, the 2023 elections saw more voters turn out from the youth. However, the statistics of the people that voted was still low at 27.1%, even with the 93.5 million Nigerians registered voters, as only 24.9 million people actually went out to cast their votes. What can be the reason for this voter apathy, especially amongst the youths? How will the future of the country, Nigeria, be shaped if the people who are supposed to be in charge of the future leadership are not going out to exercise their electoral duties?
I don't know if you all know, but Nigeria has one of the largest youth population in the world. Yet many young people in Nigeria seems disengaged from politics, except at times during election time. Then they all come out. What do you think can be the reason for you? Well, before you answer that question, Jingles by Joy.
Yeah.
You said you have your voter's
Of course I
card.
do.
So where's your voter's card?
All right. You people can't come and just embarrass me here.
We are very particular.
Hello, look at it.
You're not playing.
Guess what? I don't even just have it. I vote in every election. So
That is more important.
that
It is not just to have
It's
it.
not just to have this. You can see this. It's mine. If you can zoom and see my name, I
Don't
don't take
worry.
somebody's own.
Yes, we know it's
Okay,
yours.
so I have my own PVC.
So what would you think? What would you say is the reason for young people not being interested in politics?
Have you always voted, or did you
Yeah.
start voting as a large adult? Did you vote when you were
You were
perhaps
a young person?
18, 20?
No, I didn't. I
Okay.
voted when I was much older because I had awareness about saying that my vote will count. But I don't know if my vote is counting, you know. That's another thing. I think that's the biggest problem we're having with most of our youths, because when I tend to have interactions with the youths, what they tell me is that, see, if my vote will count, then
They
I
would
will go and
vote.
vote. And most younger people voted last time. Why? Because they were transmitting the results straight from the, what do you call it? from the polling
INEC,
centers.
yes.
No, not INEC, the polling centers where they were, because what?
So there was confidence.
So there was confidence in that, because many people used to say that if it doesn't happen that way, that means by the time it gets to INEC, they will have stuffed, or they will have another box there. So you see, the thing now here is that what are the incentives for us to give the younger ones to say that if we vote and stand on the queues, because it's not a joke, you have to be really patriotic, because you have to wake up very early, then they start checking you, then you have to stay in the sun. So it saddens my heart most of the time when you tend to do all that and you expect your votes to count, and at the last minute you now realize that, did your vote really count?
I like how you said
Yeah.
last election, most young people
Yes.
went to vote.
Yes.
Now, if you listen to that feature, last election,
Yeah.
we had over 93 million
yes.
registered voters.
Yes.
But that had the lowest turnout of voters.
Yes, you see,
37%, right?
no, but guess what?
27.1%.
What I noticed was that the older ones didn't come out as much as the younger ones.
Why? Because they've given up.
I think so.
Why would you give up in a country that you gave us?
You see, it's so easy for us to sit here and talk and banter and say things. Do you know what it means when you go to vote and the votes don't count? And let me use an example now. I saw some primaries lately.
Some what?
Some primaries.
Okay.
You see, you will know the way your voting will go, how the election will go, from simple primaries. From primaries, I was disgusted, because you see, the biggest problem we have here, it's the do or die. And I always tell people that there's no need for do or dies. If you are voted into power and you do the necessary things, you don't have to go anywhere to go and vote. Let me use an example. There's a governor in the southeast. Nobody has come out, because guess what?
He's doing the work.
Because
Guess
he's
the
doing
state.
the
Guess
work.
the state.
What's the state?
What's the state?
The state is Abia State. So that's it.
Calm down.
I
calm down.
know
We calm
I know
down.
you're super excited, but you see, let's give some credit so that others can stand up. Lagos State for me was super. Lagos State was super, but you see, he's not coming back. But you see, the thing here is, if you do your work speaks for you. And that is why sometimes, these young ones, sometimes you give them power and sometimes they get so super excited. But let me tell everybody here, I'm sitting here telling every youth, every elder and, older people, guess what? Let's go and vote. Our vote will count.
Okay, so let's go join our guest, who I told you is already here. And in my usual trend, I'm not going to introduce him, and I'll let you introduce yourself. Hello, thank you for joining us a little behind time.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
And the world wants to know, what's your name, who are you?
My name is Mujahid Musa, and I am the National Director for Innovation, Digital Systems and Civic Systems at the Youth Mandate Initiative. It's an initiative where we're trying to increase youth participation in Nigerian politics through civic education and a lot of initiatives. So I handle most of the technical aspects of this program, and I'm glad to be here to discuss this very beautiful and impactful topic that affects millions of our young viewers here.
All right, thank you. I know that at the end of this discussion, we will have even more, and hopefully you join us because we want to be able to turn around 27% to more than 50% this coming election. More than 50% of youth must come out. And just to tell you how bad it is, let's take a vox pop and get to sample the opinion of youths and political or voters apathy. Let's see this.
I don't have interest in politics. Politics is boring to me. I don't fancy it.
I think what's stopping me is the fear of violence, intimidation, harassment, yes, that's why I don't really participate in politics. Maybe during election or something, somebody might just look for the other person trouble. Before you know, fights. They'll start fighting each other and having disagreements. So that's my reason why.
Not having that much confidence in the system. You understand it? A system whereby you vote and you are sure that your vote will count. Then system whereby you vote and you see all signs that your vote will not count. What's the aim of you going to stress yourself, be under the sun, queue up, and then at the end of it all, you don't see what you expect?
I think politics does not impact me, my daily life. So, as that, I'm politically affected because of that.
The problem there is the foundation. If the democracy foundation is not good in Nigeria, there's no need for a youth to participate. You can see infrastructure, things have been created. Things are not working well. The system is collapsed. So can we ask a youth to follow up with that when the need is not there? So our leaders are not putting things in the right direction. So how can we come to involve or participate in the politics?
Actually, right from time, I've been, I think why I'm not really interested in politics is right from time, I used to hear that politics is a dirty game. And I don't think I'm in that right headspace to be involved in such. That is why, though I don't think it's right, but I just feel like.
Because I have no interest there. I don't see myself in that field.
As a civil servant, I don't think it's allowed to be fully participating in politics. And the issue of votes, I encourage people to even vote. You understand? Because I know even one day, even it's not counting now, one day I'm going to protect our votes. I'm encouraging people to vote at all costs. For those that don't even have their voter card, I'm encouraging them to go and attend it and vote. Or one day to become.
All right, I'm tempted to ask, are you seeing what I am seeing? Are you hearing what I am hearing? From the people interviewed, we ensure that they were at the peak of their youth. You notice they were mostly core members. And 90% or 99% is not interested. Somebody even said it does not impact in my life. And
It does
I'm like,
not impact our daily life.
Politics not impacting your daily life. Anyway, I'm going back to our guests. You are, closely working with this set of people, and I'd like to know, how are we going to, together with you, Mr. Musa, change the narrative of these people?
So thank you for this very important question. I think that's the whole purpose of starting the youth mandate. Obviously, Nigerian youths form about 37% of the voters back in 2023. But then when you look at their representation in the political system, is not actually something to be proud of. So for me, I'm not just, encouraging the youths to reduce voter apathy and reduction in belief in the system is one thing. But for me, the ideal system that I want is where the youths take up 50 to 60% of all political decision-making offices. So I believe, just like you've discussed earlier, a lot of the youths no longer believe in the system. We grew up seeing a system where you cast your vote, and then somehow Nigerians obviously believe that somebody else is casting another vote inside somewhere, or changing the voting results. So honestly, if you have systems like this, definitely the youth would lack interest. There are a number of things that lead to most of the problem we are going through right now. One, let me clarify one of the things you said earlier. You said some youths claim that they are not interested in politics. So there is a very popular saying that if you're not interested in politics, it is interested in you. Yeah. So whether you want it or not, honestly, Nigerian youths have to wake up and do this. So the thing for me is, I see youth inclusion, youth participation in voting system, and youth participation in policy table as a key impetus that would push our country towards the desired land. So there are many issues that I see stopping youths from doing all of these things. I spoke to a lot of contestants. Some of them have won office. Some of them have lost. Some of them, I spoke to someone who just lost primaries. And they are talking about there is a certain category of power-hungry people that...
Power holding?
Hungry.
Yes,
Hungry,
power-hungry people that the youths, honestly, if you look at the turnouts of this year, so many youths are contesting in all political parties, so many youths. But the question is, do the youths still believe they are winning? Yes, a lot of them do. But for some people still, the apathy comes from the fact that they think there is a power cabal at the top, that if you're not closely related or, willing to serve somebody in the upper political system, you're not going to get it. So for the youths, honestly, for the youths to feel confidence in the system, the first thing you need to do is to let them see people among them running on the policy tables. If you keep saying you want the youths to vote for you, you want the youths to do this, but then when the youths look at the National Assembly, they are only seeing 3% of the whole assembly being youths. So how do you give the youths confidence that, okay, this is something that matters to us, this is something that belongs to us? So there are many issues that are stopping the youths. Let me talk about some unrealistic things. For example, we all know the cost of average presidential nomination tickets. How is a youth supposed to gather like 100 million while he's working and earning 200K per month? So I mean, from this system, you know that the youth have been systematically excluded from the system, because it takes only a certain, let me say, less than 1% or 0% of the youth that can access that kind of money. So that's a great barrier to entry. And then all of this, if you combine all of this together, they are bringing a lot of negative side effects to Nigeria. You see all of this Japa issue that Nigerians are running away. It indicates lack of belief in the system. Youths are not being allowed into the system. Huge or realistic burden when you want to contest. And youths, even when voting, youths are scared that if I go there, some politician is going to use violence in order to intimidate me and a lot of those. So for us at the Youth Mandate, there are specifically particular things we're doing around civic education. One is to try to clear away this misconception that the votes don't count. Obviously, everybody's votes count. Then the second thing is the youths are needing civic education on issues around contesting. Honestly, I want to wake up and see 1 million Nigerian youths contesting. I want to wake up and see all Nigerian political offices being led by 60% of youths. For me,
Manji, I want to interject a little bit. Don't you think that just like some elders are saying that the youths of Nigeria, I'm not saying it's true or not, when given opportunity, they often abuse it.
Yes, true.
So they are scared of letting them really, take up this opportunity. Are the youths of Nigeria really ready to take up this leadership mantle? Because if at 25, 28, 30, a man is getting married, that's a very minimal responsibility, even though he's also huge. But his father has to give him money for bride price, pay for a hall, do all of that, and that person goes to contest. I think is not okay, because if you are ready for marriage, you should be able to pay for your wife, not your father pay for you. So that's why some people think that the youths of Nigeria are already over-pampered. They may not be ready to, take the bull by the horn. Do you think, in all honesty, that you guys are ready? I think we guys are ready.
I don't think so.
Well, I would tell you very much that the youths are ever ready, more ready than ever, to do what's right. So, but the problem we're having, listen here, the problem we're having is, the barriers to entry into the policy table. You know, let's be honest, let's be frankly honest. Before you could get powerful positions in Nigeria, you have to know someone. And then that's where almost all the problems start. Even if you're a youth, realistically, at this current system, someone up there has to be like your godfather. And if someone up there is your godfather, what do you expect? They can say that the youths are not ready, or they can say that the youths are not capable, or the youths can do worse. But that's because the youths that have the capability are not being selected based on merit. They are being, people are being recommended, pushed, and selected based on access and who they know. And if you do that, exactly, what exactly are you expecting? You're expecting the nephew of a failed governor or a nephew of a failed president that brought a lot of policies that didn't work out for the country to come and repeat the same thing. He's going to take mentorship from there. So obviously, the most realistic question to ask here is, what are the things that are considered before allowing these youths to run for the office? If now people realize that anybody from anywhere, whether I know the president, the governor or not, whether I know nobody, I can just wake up today and say, okay, I want to lead my people because I have this agenda. I can see how I can improve economic output for a particular year. I can see how I can create jobs, how I can do this, how I can do this with realistic outcome. If people are getting elected or nominated to powerful offices based on this, I can tell you the elders and the international committee would have seen that the youths are capable. But because mostly the wrong youths are being promoted, so obviously we're not going to see anything. This youth is taking mentorship advice from somebody who's repeating everything they have done in the last 30, 40 years. So what do you expect to change? And then this godfatherism I'm talking about, honestly, it's a problem. You mostly have to obey someone like is your god. So, but do you know where it all starts? The youths don't even have the money to buy the nomination forms, and the political campaigning system has turned to require someone to really have money. But if we keep saying we want to vote for youths that are rich, that can afford 100 million or 50 million naira form, or 30 million naira or 10 million naira form, or I want to only vote for people that are from my street or community or from my tribe or this. I mean, you know, sometimes there are multiple structural and mindset issues that are affecting Nigerians. Until we see that political offices and participation and policy should be given to those who have merit, people who can, regardless of where they come from, whether they have money or not, whether they can afford the form, whatever it is, make the system as simple as possible for these youths. And my last message for this question is that if you do this, the youths would give you a lot of wonders. I think we're going to skyrocket the Nigerian economy into what it has never been.
We want to believe that you will do that, but the truth is, you and I, we've had this conversation over and over again, because at the end of the day, most people are scared of letting go to younger ones because they have not been able to impress them. And I actually don't have issue with, you know, godfatherism or mentorship. Perhaps because of my orientation. I'm from Abuja, and we believe so much on apprenticeship. And people who run apprenticeship, you know, get to do it and do it better than those who just wake up and jump in. You know, you learn, you test the waters by apprenticeship. You know, but beyond that, I notice that a lot of times, once we talk about youths and politics, the first thing that comes to mind is political thuggery. I don't know if there's a way we can reorientate that, you know, in the minds of the youth. But I'm going to play up something that David took time to package for us. We need to know the cost of political thuggery. That way we work against it. Is it ready? Let's have it.
Political thuggery occurs when individuals or groups use violence, intimidation, threats, or destruction of property to influence political activities and elections. While some people may participate in such acts for money, loyalty, or promises of future rewards, the consequences are often devastating. During political clashes, innocent citizens, supporters, security personnel, and even the thugs themselves can be harmed or killed. No political ambition is worth a human life. It destroys property and businesses. Shops are burned, vehicles are damaged, and public infrastructure is vandalized. This creates economic hardship for families and communities that depend on these assets for their livelihood.
They are going with our votes. They are going with our votes. They have changed the votes. They are going with the votes. They should go. They are going with our votes.
Civil defense is working. You can see what is happening here. The police and another unit is now coming. We want to see what is happening.
Political thuggery undermines democracy. Elections are meant to reflect the will of the people. When violence and intimidation are used, citizens become afraid to vote freely, and the credibility of the electoral process is weakened. It damages the future of young people. Many political thugs are youths who are recruited with small amounts of money or false promises instead of gaining education, skills, and employment opportunities. They may end up injured, arrested, imprisoned, or trapped in circles of violence.
This is Teddy LA Primary School. Teddy LA Primary School. This is unit. This is unit 010. 010. This is what is happening live.
Though they've been parading here since morning, parading here since morning, monitoring how the whole thing is going. But in the middle of the whole process, they came in, destroyed all the electoral materials.
Political thuggery creates fear and insecurity within society. Communities become divided along political lines. Trust is broken, and peaceful coexistence becomes difficult. To address this problem, political leaders must reject violence. Security agencies must enforce the law fairly, and citizens must refuse to be used as tools of violence. Young people should focus on education, entrepreneurship, and constructive civic engagement rather than participating in destructive activities. The cost of political thuggery is far greater than any temporary gain. A peaceful political process is essential for a stable society.
With everything that we just saw, with what I just saw, the videos that we saw, the amateur videos, I have come to the conclusion that Nigerian youths are after my life. It is not a thing to laugh about. It is youth. The youth is in your family. It is in your hometown. Nigerian youths are after our life. Yeah, why are you constantly being used? What are they giving you? Why are you after the lifestyle? What's that 5,000 doing in your life? Why are you being... Nigerian youths are after our life.
No,
and teaching goes by joy.
I think it's poverty.
It's not poverty.
You see the thing here is, you see, because I vote, because I'm always there, and sometimes when I see the security that is there, I just think it's a joke. And you see, the thing again with many youths is that, is it that they don't have money to have, what do you call those people that every party has a...
Delegates?
No, it's not, no.
The officials.
The officials, and all that. So I realized that many youths, you see, all this boils down to money. You have to look for money to even get the nomination. Then when you get the nomination, you now start to campaign. It's money. If you don't give people money, they will not vote for you. So the thing now is that the ones that have the money, if you notice when you go voting, when the people who most of the time are in power realize they are not winning, you will notice that whole place, You will start.
There's unrest.
No, you just realize security people are disappearing. Then the hoodlums, who are the youths, take over the place.
It tells me there's a kind of connival.
There is. You see, the thing here is that we Nigerians tend to come on air and just lie. I'm not going to sit here and lie. I'm going to sit here and say the truth. If certain people don't like it, too bad. But you see, the thing here is that the security people are not doing their jobs as well. So we're not going to sit down here and blame the youths.
I would blame the youths.
No, see, let me tell you something. You know, before, if you get to an election, this thing, and there's a fight or things are done, what does INEC say? INEC say they're going to cancel that particular
polling
unit. But guess what? Now they tell you to go to court. For crying out loud, we don't have a judiciary. Sorry, we don't.
Wow.
So the thing here is that there's certain processes that are systematically wrong. So the youths will say, okay, why do I do the lose-lose game? So the thing here is that you give me money and I have to destroy the election, and at least I'm not going back empty.
Okay, so the lines are open, and your question or contributions are, very simply put, your suggestions as to how to ensure that the electoral process for the youth is better, and more involving. Whatever you think you can suggest, write to us. The lines are open, and we will read it out here, or get to reply you later as we move on. But let's go to Mr. Musa and get to find out a few more things. I'd like to know, political thuggery. If you saw what we just played back, it's all youth. And it's the same people that are asking for power. And it's the same people that are destroying the process. How can we remedy this?
I heard there are lots of blames being thrown on us, the youths. But to be honest with you, let me give you a holistic picture of what is going on in Nigeria. The youths did not create the macroeconomic conditions that create poverty and push these young ones being unable to sponsor education, being unable to eat food. So obviously, all of these things, the youths, even though I would tell the youths, yes, no to political thuggery, please, as much as you can, even if you die of hunger, don't do it. But the problem, if you want to resolve this, you're going to have to go to the topmost leadership. When you create policies that push your country to maybe 60%, 40%, or even 70% poverty, what do you expect? Honestly, people cannot find money to eat. People cannot find money for school. People cannot find money for this. The proportion of how many hours you need to work in Nigeria in order for you to eat, it doesn't really make much sense, right? So these are the gullible youths that these politicians are using. They are using their misery, their poverty, their condition, their illiteracy in order to push them into something like thuggery, and they use that to give them sustenance. Just like I saw in the video we watched earlier, the youths are being given like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. Obviously, let's ask ourselves this honest question, right? The youths, obviously we established they cannot be blamed for all the macroeconomic conditions, right? So, but if you come and find a youth that is educated, that has a job, has a business, right? Or has a business, or has something doing, can you give them 2,000 and invite them to do thuggery? You can't. So that's because that youth has been very fortunate, has navigated to find sustenance to life other than thuggery. But the others that you left, you destroyed the education system, or you did not support it. The economy, the macroeconomic conditions are looking very hard. A youth works for 5 hours and cannot still afford food for a single day. I mean, if you look at this, it doesn't make sense. This creates gullible youths, and I have to say this again, our policy ecosystem is creating almost every single one of our problems. From the perspective of business owners, a lot of business owners have shut down, you know. when the currency is very weak, you're not just affecting the business owners alone. You're affecting one, the business owners are paying more in expenses, right? And then when they pay more in expenses, has it been their revenue still sustains and still come like it was? They will still likely might be at loss. But no, the revenue they are getting is also like maybe 3 times down because their consumers no longer have disposable income to spend on them. I mean, even the business owners can become thugs. So even though we are telling the youths no to thuggery, no to this, no to that, but this is a condition that is enforced upon them. By creating an economy and country that is hard to live, you are making the youths vulnerable to be employed into insecurity, thuggery, whatever you see, every problem, corruption, everything is as a result of the economy that is hard for the people to live in.
Okay, Mujahid, the truth is, I share your sentiments, but I also think that if I were a Nigerian youth today, perhaps unemployed, and somebody comes to me and says, take 5,000 and vote for me, well, I will automatically think that you did not earn the money you're giving me. Yeah. I may or may not take it, but it's not going to affect my vote. I am going to still vote for somebody I have verified his background. I will take that money if I have broken need that needs money to heal it. But I will take that money, but I will not vote for you. And very importantly, I think that youths should not do political thuggery or violence, except when they know the person they are doing it for has brought in his own child, his brothers, his wife, everybody. If I see you in that arena to help carry ballot box, I don't know if I will follow, but I'll just, okay, they are here. So if they are going to shoot gun, they will shoot. But I don't understand why you send your people abroad, perhaps, or lock them up in the house and send my own child or send me to go and do that. I will not take it. If you think it's the right thing to do, let's start by example. Bring your family. True. Okay, so some people are writing in, and somebody says, good morning, crew, you're all looking good as usual. Thank you very much. Truth be told, if the operating system, that is the government, is functional, effective, and responsive, all will be well. Okay, thank you very much. And today, I'm not sure if I can take all of this, but let's quickly say, good morning, I'm Liberty Williams. I love this conversation, but if banks and national ID management can be accessed electronically, what stops us from doing the same? Most of these top officials travel to other countries, and I think it is possible with the level of which the digital economy has gone to the world wide. We shouldn't sit behind. This leaves me thinking, if I can sit in my house
and do a transfer,
should be able to vote,
and it does not miss road. Once I put the right code, it does not miss road. Why can't I vote?
From the comfort of your house.
Let me tell you why you can't. Even when you're there where they're voting, your vote doesn't count. So you think you're going to be in your house and it will count.
See, if it's structured well, when I transfer money, it counts.
No, who structures it?
Are you trying to say that it's not working because it's a deliberate attempt not to make it work?
Yes.
See, something like that. You see, the point here is that you go there for 4 years, you don't work. And you come back another 4 years, you win the election. Something is wrong. Because if I have somebody in my place, like there's somebody in my place now, he lost, and they're saying they should give it to him. And I'm sitting there and I'm wondering, if you know you are going back to office and your work counts for you, you don't need to beg anybody to vote you again.
Your work will speak for you.
So the problem in Nigeria, there's a process.
Just like the one you mentioned in Abuja State.
Yes. Okay. So there's a process in this country. The people who are there are not working. So when it comes to election, I always see consensus. Why are you having consensus?
Okay, good morning. Well, the young man has spoken very well. Our leaders are deliberately injecting poverty in our lives and the lives of other citizens so that average Nigerians are hungry and do what you expect them to do. And another person says, on this youth apathy, INEC should be the focus. I can tell you, the day INEC begins to make voters count, or vote count, by providing free, fair elections, so many young people would make themselves available and even spend the money for the forms and campaign. That's Comrade Chijoke, Coordinator, Anyoma Youth Forum Worldwide FCT Chapter. And the other person says, what are Nigerian youths doing to curb electoral malpractice? And he says, answer my question, please. Okay. I am not sure if I'm a youth, even though I know someone who just took up one election in a political party 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, as national youth leader for that party. I'm not going to call the name. And the person he's older than me.
There are so many youth leaders who are 50 and 60.
Okay,
and
so
I'm wondering.
Okay, so I'm going to go to Mujahid to answer that question. He said, what are Nigerian youths doing to curb electoral malpractice?
There is a trend that we witness in the 2023 elections in certain states in Nigeria. For example, in Kano, what happened was when the voters casted their votes, they did not just go home. You know what they did? They followed the votes.
Yeah.
In Hausa, they call it Akasa, Asare, Araka. So that means to cast, to accompany the votes, and to hold the INEC accountable for everything. So I mean, that is one way. What other way can the youths do? Honestly, we don't have much power to stop the electoral malpractices. That's something at policy level. But that process would cast and not just sit down and watch. Honestly, you have to hold the electoral body accountable for your votes.
Okay, let's quickly see if we can do justice to the loads of messages. Dear NTA, the youth have no blame whatsoever in the woes of Nigerian democracy. Our government is utterly dysfunctional and they have been very terrible role models for young Nigerians. And he also says, please, let's differentiate between hoodlums and those who pay them. There's no difference. Okay. Now you talk, now you answer. All right. And this person says, presenters and guests, thank you. One of the Nigerians' greatest challenge affecting youth in politics, governance, security, and national development is the absence of strong national cohesion and unity system capable of positively shaping how we think, behave, relate to one another, and treat our environment with with patriotism and responsibility. And he also says that we should take care of the National Youth Fund that provides structure. Fidelix from Lagos, we are all really being educated by your programs. To help solve such election issues, we should encourage our town hall meeting. That's a good one. For proper orientation, also gets the youth engaged and busy. We really need this to help us grow. Yes, I think that generally the town hall meetings should be held, especially at the very low end, because they're the ones they will use for targeting.
You know why I'm laughing?
What?
Town hall meeting. People that don't have money, can they stand up and talk?
No. The positive ones, they should use it to create awareness. Tell them just what I said. You want me to do Tegri for you? I don't have issue.
Are you bringing
bring
your
wife,
child?
bring your daughter, bring your child. You know,
All
then
right.
I can now queue behind.
So.
All right. Did you watch Ojude last week?
Of course I did.
Oh my God.
Oh,
my
Judy,
God.
Oba.
Oh, Judy, you're dressed for it too. Where's your glasses? Please, director, before the glasses rolls, let's see. Ojude.
Ṣebí Naija ni ẹ o, sisi, ó ṣe wá
back. Oh, it finished. I beg, did you see those glasses? They make sense. There was one particular one. Director, please, I want to be sure if that's
It's in the
two
cutaway,
ladies
yes.
with glasses.
Yeah.
Were they really seeing or not? You know?
You know what? For the first time, I wasn't excited.
Why?
I'm being honest. You
Okay.
see, the good thing here, our culture, we're making money because I know so many people who came from abroad. They came for the events. People make money. And I said something here months back that I went to that state, this particular state. They had
Yes,
this
to get
thing.
fabrics.
And I was so disappointed. So I sat down here and I wondered that I'm not somebody for shows.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah,
Look
no,
at that.
see, this is beautiful. I'm not for shows, and I think certain things happen in between this time that I just thought that it wasn't my thing for the Ojoda festival.
You know,
like in
yes,
our country.
about the children.
Yes, about the
The children, because it was
Yeah.
about the same
It was the
environment.
same time. So
you
I
know.
think for the first time,
it should have been cancelled
it should have been cancelled.
for the sake of the children.
For the children.
I guess
So that's-
everybody thought the same. But
Yeah.
I am not holding brief for anybody,
Yeah.
but I think they would say a lot of money has been expanded. But the good thing about this is that our president has already made statements that he will not rest until these children are all out. And Nigerians are very praying people. They're also praying so hard. You know, we are also appealing that if you're listening from wherever hole you are in, with those children, please release them. You know, we beg of you to please release the children, and so that Nigerians can be happy again. But at the end of the day, I still believe that Nigerian people are happy people. Sorrows will come, but they always find a way of dousing it, and we're very creative. Our minister, did you see her?
Oh my
Abuja.
God. Oh, yes,
she
I
was
did.
a sample.
Yeah.
She was a sample. She's Minister for Culture and Tourism,
And she showed us.
and she ensured that she came out like the Minister for
did.
Culture and Tourism. Thank you very much. I wish we had more time, but our time is up. But youth leader, can you say bye-bye to your youths?
There is a particular message that came in from a listener talking about patriotism and sense of national unity. It's one of the things I've always advocated. You know, most of our political differences come from fear and, bias towards where we came from. Is it our region? Is it our state? Is it our culture? Is it our religion? But honestly, my final message would be, what would fix Nigeria wouldn't be necessarily a politician that comes from your region or from my region or from your religion or from mine. What would fix Nigeria is someone who's capable and someone who Nigerians have tested and have seen. And it's been measured based on specific output that he has produced or experienced. Honestly, until we can all vote based on competence, not based on zoning, definitely we can vote for good leaders. And then we need to also put it in mind for the youth that good leaders are not necessarily rich people. And they are not necessarily poor people. Good leaders are just people who want the best for the country and who may not necessarily have money, and who they may have money but they may not. But the thing is, good leaders should be measured based on their competence and capabilities, and nothing like religion, culture, region, or anything. I think that's
All right,
my
thank
final
you. Our
message.
time is already up. I wish we had more time. But like I said when we started, it's a conversation that is on the continuum. And we hope we'll have you again. Before we go, please, can you raise that voter card again? This is your voice. This is your voice.
I hope our
Please.
votes will count.
It will count. Youth, this is your
Youth,
voice.
don't kill me.
Not Togri. Go and
Get
get
your
this.
PVC.
They are still opening now
Yes,
until
and it's
July.
closing- yes,
so if you just turn 18, please go and get this and make sure you vote. That percentage has to increase.
Get
We're gonna
it
move.
and vote.
All right, so see you again next week. Democracy Day is next week, and while you think about it, celebrate, think of what you can do for Nigeria. Bye.
Bye.